Good morning from day 3 on board our Nile River cruise. Last night we actually parked up and had dinner on this little island.
But today we will be enjoying 2 different excursions with our group, and the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to hike to a quarry where they got a lot of the rocks and stones for several temples all over Egypt, but specifically in Luxor.
So the quarry that we are visiting is one of over 100 different quarries that line the Nile River on both sides. And apparently it goes on for about 20 kilometers because instead of digging the quarries towards the desert, they decided to go along the river so that it's easier to load their ships so that they could obviously get the rock onto the ship without having to carry it nearly as far.
Back then the water levels were much higher, so these cutouts that you see behind me were actually used to loop rope through so that they could tie their ships onto the rock, and this allowed them to put the stone onto their boats much easier, and then they could flow downriver to Luxor or Cairo or wherever they needed to go. Cheers! It's guava juice today. Delicious!
We've been sailing for about 1 hour, watching all of the ancient quarries fly by from our window, but now I think it's time for lunch, and we're both very excited for it because we have worked up an appetite. We're the last ones. How is everything?
Very good. We are just enjoying it enormously.
We've made it to our second excursion of the day, and so far our boat has been smaller, so we've been going to more intimate sites that don't have as many tourists and people. But right now we're at a site that has all the cruise ships visiting as well, so there are definitely more hagglers. But I think I have gotten into the rhythm of saying no, and I'm pretty good at it. We weren't pressured into buying anything, which is great, but I do think we're about to go into the Temple of the Crocodile. Back in the day, this was Crocodile Central. So as you can see on a map, this area actually has a bend in the river, and this allowed the current to slow down, and lots of crocodiles would end up staying here and laying their eggs along the banks.
So we were just walking around the temple and we saw a pit where they actually would keep one highly special crocodile, and they would feed it for 1 year. And I guess it was kind of their god that they would keep here right by the temple.
We just got our first glance at the Nile Crocodile, and of course we're seeing them mummified from thousands and thousands of years ago, but these creatures are definitely very, very large, and I'm kind of glad that we haven't seen any while sailing so far. So the crocodiles back then were treated like royalty. Of course, the Egyptians thought that the gods took form in an animal, and so the crocodile was one of those animals, so they were treating them like kings and queens, feeding them very well, and of course they mummified them when they passed away, so they were basically treated just as well as the pharaohs.
Or the pets back in the US.
Oh, true.
Leaving all my worries, I prepare for something new. Whatever it was.
So a bit of behind the scenes, Claire's been working on posting a reel on Instagram dealing with the Wi-Fi. I think she has finally gotten it up. I'm about to import some footage and get to editing.
I'm sure it wasn't true.
As I've said in our previous video, the chef aboard this ship is absolutely fantastic. It's like pure comfort food, and I always look forward to every single meal. And so of course I'm so excited for dinner, and we're gonna go up now and eat some delicious food. I think we were a little too excited for dinner. It's still not ready yet, so we're just waiting up here on deck. You probably have noticed, but we've been wearing puffer jackets this entire time because we're actually experiencing some sort of a cold front here in Egypt, and it's been very, very chilly. But I guess it's a little bit better than roasting to death during the day.
I do know the temperature typically does go like woo in the desert. Almost hit him.
Wow. Goodness.
All right, who's gonna do the honors? just finished dinner, which consisted of 3 ducks for the 12 of us, which is 1 duck for 4 people. So it was a lot of food, and it was so delicious.
Yes, the chef prepared us an absolute feast, and then the night ended with a dance party, full blown. Everyone had musical instruments and everyone was dancing around the deck, and it was such a fun time. I haven't danced in ages, and so that was just so special, and it honestly put the biggest smile on my face to end the perfect day.
Now I believe it is shower time, and then we're going to relax for the rest of the evening underneath the sky full of stars.
Has been given the opportunity to ride a donkey.
Okay, so I just hop on. What do I hold on to? Just the neck?
Yeah. Just yeah, like this, yes.
Oh, wow.
Wow, sturdy.
You're doing very well, Chad.
Thank you. A lot smoother than the camel.
Okay, it will run, so you will enjoy it.
Bye-bye.
Does the donkey have a name?
I don't think they understand.
We have left the boat and we're about to hop into a local vehicle, which is, I believe, a back of a truck. So we just got out of our vehicle and we walked into a corral that has probably over 20 different camels, and they're all huddled together because they have a camel market that happens once a week, and today is not that day for it.
So we're just looking at all their cute smiling faces, and there's actually this white bird that's hopping across their humps and eating the bugs off their back, so it's kind of like a beneficial relationship.
Yes. What is that? Symbiotic?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
But it's just really cool to see them up close, and they just keep smiling back at you. Oh, they have the cutest faces.
Class photo.
Like the donkey.
The inside of their mouth is interesting.
Very interesting, yeah.
Makes it sound so delicious.
They should use camels in salad commercials. We have left the vehicle and we are now wandering around the market in search of some spices.
We just downed a whole cup of sugarcane juice, and it was obviously incredibly sweet, just like the teas and coffees that they've been serving us here, but also it tasted kind of milky, and it was really good. Went down in a couple seconds. Dad really liked it.
Yeah, I think I'm having a sugar rush right now. Cheers! Don't burn yourself.
My thoughts on the coffee here. We did get it without the sugar because we knew if we asked for sugar, it would have been very sweet. But it is very thick and there's a lot of grounds on the bottom, so we really didn't get to drink too much of it, so like probably only this much from the cup. But overall, pretty good.
We have just pulled up to a beach with some cows on it. The sun is shining, and I think we're going to take this opportunity to go swimming
in the Nile River. We're a little bit nervous because it has been a little bit cold recently, and the water temperature in the Nile is quite cold as well. Yes. So it'll probably be similar to the polar plunge that we did in Finland, but I think we are well prepared for it. Yes. I'm setting a goal for us both. We have to go all the way underwater, including our heads.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's nice and cozy, but it's actually quite cold. I'm so nervous. Alright, ready? I haven't even felt it. Well, that's pretty cold. All right.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's getting cold. 3, 2, 1. The water is definitely like ice cold. Like I think my whole body's numb.
I'm just very grateful that there are no Nile crocodile. I must say I would not be in the water if it wasn't for Finland right now. Finland has trained us for this moment.
Chad wouldn't be in the water if it wasn't for me right now.
Yeah, Claire's always like, we gotta jump in. We're only here once. And I'm like, yeah,
it always
you're right.
takes so much convincing to get him to do the polar plunge, to get him to swim in here in the Amazon River. Is our last night on this boat, and I do think we are experiencing the perfect conditions for wonderful sailing. We have all of our windows open and the breeze is just flowing around the room, and this is literally the perfect end to our time here.
I think it's enticing us not to leave because it literally could not be more perfect. After swimming in the Nile, we felt amazing, and then the sunlight has been great today.
We got to shadow dance and drink tea and just really enjoy the light moving around our room constantly as the boat moves along the water, and we are about to pull up into Aswan, and then we'll enjoy another fantastic dinner.
Thank you all for joining us these past 5 days on this Nile River cruise. It definitely is something that we will remember for the rest of our lives. And if you've been following us for a while, we do want to put the word out there that we have a Patreon page, which is a page that helps support creators with whatever work they are making. So for us, it is traveling to 50 countries. We post a lot of behind the scenes stories as well as travel hacks on that page. So if you want to check it out, definitely do. Otherwise, if you're new around here, hit subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.